Hello, the species value nature system. Hello, Yemin. You know what made my theory? You know what made Prince Nazim such a good fighter? Phenomenon with how each modern nation doesn't understand the criminal re-engineering of international sciences that came before Jesus Christ's time, in the messenger of Islam. Thank God for him and them, with Islam and with the other religions. You know why? One proof, because we wouldn't be able to, we would understand too soon. We'd be a super unity. Not only do we have to have unity by itself is not, we have to be the value, a positive unto itself of the bond. That is the phenomenon of three bonds as one with the Trinity, which is manifest in relationship with how the identity of space before temporary space nature. As a portion of higher nature in temporary space nature, as a volume of consciousness maintained as the progression of its value with and as the forever nature in temporary space nature, and have the value of it expanding. And when not let expand here, forced away from here. Leaf of Hadith. And ancients understood this before the criminal re-engineering of sciences. Tactical degradation of human fact treatment nature. Physical inventions are not evolution. This is a fact treatment nature relationship. Real evolution uses what was tactically denatured to maintain the negative value nature progressions caused by nature invested and cultivated by a breaching method blamed on others. So, extortion, I would never endorse the extortion of anyone, which these cartoons are about. Because that's what American history was about. Because our founders were, in fact, slaves by a method to it. Our founders. And obviously there was worse forms of it. Worse than witch trials were laws. And even laws against talking about the laws. That's why, in other words, not only do we need free speech for appearance, we need it all ways but we have a database crime originally progressed, attached to people living in our English. They've hacked natures. And that was his progress, which needs to be worse and worse. It needs to rely on mass groups to motivate them. What motivated was not prejudice. What needs it to stay motivated that way is cultivated by a breaching method to roles of pseudo-patriotism natures. For example, would they had our founders locked in a position where they had to go like this to us. And that was where he had to make with George Washington, and where our founders had to make the agreement with the French to win the last battle of the Revolutionary War, to win that phase, because the way that England was extorted, because England was, and the way Spain was extorted, the way France was extorted, all blaming on other things and on other, because the only sophistication was through its campuses. You see what I'm saying? Religion's about the criminal re-engineering of the human fact sheet, the human value nature system. Now I'll tell you, you're working with overall up, which is evolution, which is positive value nature. Overall up, because it's an overall nature, an identity. Identity is before you. When you were a little baby, gone. No, not gone. It's that forever nature in demonstration to you, in demonstration to all of us, of it being its own body of value. Our identity is a value of its progression, which is forced from here, if not these three things bonded at the same time, because that's where it is. It is the identity of positive value, positive relationship to itself, from a tactically ulterior value nature system. That's why there's worse than debt in every country. That's why they're in the recorded with criminally foreign influence, but not from one source or one nation. No one know how to treat the law, not by accident. Think the predators, even the stewards of the law, because everyone was raised to measure pseudo-sophistication, comparison nature, which the ancients knew could never defend the law. But that's why they criminally re-engineer each of the sciences to maintain motivated defenses of their own obfuscations with experts maintained in conjunction, for example, with interest, with treatments of that, as trained in relationship at the same time, simultaneously, exploitations of that. And with free speech not let, people just being, that's what was with slavery, with witch trials, way beyond just the witch trials, way worse and scarier laws that were even laws not against talking about it. That was a fact. Treatment slavery was a breaching method. And now we're gonna reveal the integrity that not one modern nation has. So for the solution, for example, Yemin could have this as a study thing to study the crime, monetize the position of it. In other words, in relationship to Saudi Arabia, forced into a market's positions. And forced to prevent that with forced shared policing, where each nation's not supposed to talk about it, which they demonstrated through their campuses anyways. That's what they communicate. And there's also with a pattern where they communicate in conjunction with the database stacking against kids through time. Like, for example, you know how there's little kids, you don't even remember their names when you're kids? And then there's like some that you do? But it's like not even in your control who that is, but like their kids, I don't even remember the names of, but I remember because they were in a sequence through time. Every once in a while, they'd be directed to do something unusual, so you remember it, and they'll bring up someone's name, and then someone else will say that name, and you don't even know who that person is. You never have them, and they're not in your school. When you were in the first grades. Anyways, that went in a circle. That's a database crime. That is effectively cultivating interbranch areas and states. Leaderships only let realized in collusion with other nations' police here and their families in medical corruption and database crime roles. Preventing free speech, just attaching everyone to fake body language, fake relationships, fake sequences, formally, interbranch, intermilitary, and everywhere there's a database with the first responders. And this was used originally to stay a long-term breaching method that they knew they couldn't hold there. But that was with so many crazy laws that no one could understand and we're not allowed to think about. And they were cultivated blaming on others. They were cultivated forgetting about it and being indifferent to it and exploiting it by what not everyone didn't even understand, even kings. Everyone had to react because everyone's hurting everyone. It's an organized crime method, an archetypal organized crime, a breaching method against the entire human fact-shaping nature, which is beyond money, the way they control it. Forever, because everyone's self-defending opinions like that. The original ancients revealed we are a fact-treatment nature as value, as a nature, and that's connected, inseparable from its progression. It's not going to stop here. So when we stop it, because we're nations, even if we agree to all agree all at once, and still to stay like this. Not working with nature guiding us with potential. That's what really reveals positive value nature progression. That's why they tactically put the water underground and stuff like that. Not because of flooding. You control water if it goes too high, it goes to the other spot made for it. The nature is the relationship to the beaver.